Welcome back, friends. Are you guys ready to keep learning about our theme of the week? Do you remember what our theme is? What are we learning about this week? If you said family, you're right. This week we're learning about our families. So yesterday we read a really awesome book. Do you remember in that book it talked about all the different ways you can be a family? Yeah, I remember too. And in that book, we read that some families are big, some families are small, some families have one parent, some families live with a lot of different families, some families look the same and other families look different, but they are all still families, right? There's no one way to be a family. There's a lot of different ways that you can be a family, right? Right. So today, I want to talk a little bit about our families. Now, yesterday, I asked you guys to draw some pictures of your families and send them to me, and some of you did. Let's see what some of our friends drew. Those pictures were amazing. I can see that you guys worked really, really hard to draw your families. I absolutely loved those pictures. Some of you even included some pets in there, which is so awesome. I consider my pets, Ham Solo and Juju, those are my two hamsters, they're part of my family. We love them and they live in our house and they're part of our family too. So today I wanted to think a little bit about who lives in our houses. Now, some of us might not live in a house, and that's okay. We'll say home instead of house. How about that? Because I know some friends live in apartments, some friends live in multiple family houses, and that's okay. Wherever you live is your home. So we're going to call it our home. Say it with me. Home. Good job, friends. So I thought maybe we could do a little activity today to help us figure out who lives in our home. And for this activity, we're going to need to use our scissor skills and our coloring skills and our gluing skills because we're going to make a little picture that shows who lives with us, okay? Does that sound good? Awesome. So I'm going to explain it to you first, and then I'm going to give you guys some time to try it for yourselves. Does that sound like a plan? All right, so put your best listening ears on. Boop, boop. That way we can all pay attention so we know what to do. So I sent your mommies and daddies one piece of paper that looks like this. What shapes do you see here? Yep, what's this? Has 3 sides. It's a triangle. Very good. And down here we have something that has 4 sides, but not all the sides are the same. So if all the sides are the same, it's a square. But if not all the sides are the same, it's a rectangle. Great job. So we have a rectangle and a triangle. And when you put the triangle on top of the rectangle, what does it look like? You're right. It looks like a house. Now this house has dotted lines because I'm going to need you guys to trace the lines. Oh, I forgot. We're going to use our tracing skills too. Look at that. So when it's your turn to do this project, you're going to trace on the dotted line and stay nice and straight. And then you'll trace on the triangle to make the shape of a house. Can you do that? Okay, good. I can't wait to see how they turn out. So we have this house here. And I also sent Mommy and Daddy this paper. And what shapes are on this paper? You see some squares and some circles. Amazing work. So this paper has some squares and some circles. Do any of these squares or circles have colors in them? No, they don't. But that's because you're going to add the colors to them later. So we're going to use these 2 papers to make a diagram of who lives in our house. Do you think you can help me do that? Awesome. So the first thing you'll do is trace the lines on this house picture So that way all the lines are nice and neat and you can see them. I would suggest using a black pencil or a black crayon to trace the lines of the house. Can you do that? Good. And once you've traced the lines of the house, you can color it in to look like your house if you want. Or you can color it in however you want. It's up to you. And I would love it if you could add maybe some grass or sky and the sun, to make it look like the house is outside. That would be really cool if you could do that, okay? Now, the next thing you're going to have to do is think, who lives in your house? Who lives in your house? Do you know why you have to figure that out? I'll tell you, because each of these shapes will represent, that means that it will stand for somebody in your family. The squares will represent people, so mommies or daddies or you or brothers or sisters. And the circles will represent animals, so like hamsters, like Juju and Ham Solo, or dogs or cats or whatever animals you have. So first I need you to think. Do you have any animals in your house? Think. Do you have any animals in your house? Do you have pets? If you do, you're going to be using some circles. But if you do not have pets in your house, you will only use squares, okay? Now, the next thing I need you to think of is, how many people live in my house? How many people live in your house? You live in your house, so that's 1. Does your mommy live in your house? So that's 2. Does your daddy live in your house? That's 3. Do you have a brother or sister? I have a lot of brothers and sisters. So we're going to keep counting until you count how many people live in your house. And once you know how many people live in your house, that's how many squares you're going to cut out. So in Miss Powell's house, there are 7 people. So I had to cut out 7 squares. You'll cut out however many squares you need for the amount of people in your house. Now, here's where the crayons or colored pencils come in handy, because we're going to be coloring in each square different colors depending on who it represents. So let me show you how my house looks. Do you see all my squares and circles are colored in? Are they all the same color or are they different? You're right, they're all different. Each one represents a different person in my house. Let me show you. Everybody is going to color one square yellow. That's going to represent you. So this square is Miss Powell. If your mommy lives in your house with you, you're going to color one square red and paste it onto your house. If your daddy lives with you, you're going to add a green square. If you have a brother, you'll add a blue square. If you have a sister, you'll add a pink square. If you have a pet, you'll color in a brown circle. And I have some other colors that you can use for other family members. So if you have an aunt or an uncle that lives with you, you can add a purple square. If you have a cousin that lives with you, you can add an orange square. And if you have a grandma or grandpa that lives with you, you can add a white square, okay? And don't worry, I sent mommy and daddy the instructions so they'll remember what colors you need to color in. So let's go over Miss Powell's house. I didn't finish tracing mine in or coloring it in because I wanted to make sure to have something to show you. But tomorrow on our Zoom, we're gonna all bring these so we can show each other, okay? And mine will be all done. So, in Miss Powell's house, there's a yellow square because I live there. That's one square for me. How many mommies live in my house? 1. How many daddies live in my house? 1. Very good. How many brothers live in my house? 1 blue square for 1 brother. Ready for this? How many sisters live in my house? How many pink squares do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 sisters that live in my house. So I put 1 pink square for each of them. And what about pets? How many pets live in my house? How many brown circles do I have? Let's count. 1, 2. For Ham Solo and for Juju, I have 2 pets. Let's see how many people live in my house altogether. Can you help me count all of the squares and all of the circles together? All right, let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. 9 altogether. There are 7 squares and 2 circles. 7 people, 2 pets. So now all of my friends are going to get a chance to use their handouts to make their house. So remember, first you're going to trace your house and color it in and decorate it. Next, you have to count how many people and how many animals live in your house. And then you have to color them in the right color to represent the right person. Once they're colored in, you'll cut them out with your awesome scissor skills and you'll glue them onto your house, okay? And tomorrow, if you bring it to our Zoom class, you can share it with the class. Sound good? Awesome. I can't wait to see what you guys create. Well, that's all I have for today. So for now, we're going to sing our goodbye song. You ready to tap those knees? Let's do it. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye-bye, butterfly. See you again next time. See you again next time. Yay, good job, friends. All right, I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys are excited to work on your houses. I can't wait to see them. Love you all. Bye.